Why don't you stay near? Why don't you land on where you are? What is that dirty noise? Okay, get out of my bag. I mean, not you, my fans. The noise. And okay, let me. Today I changed a new style, but I see I do not really quite like that style, so I just wanted to wear a hat where it covers nearly all of my hair, because I do not really like this style. I like my own style. Okay, forget about this. See? I don't really like the style, so I do like this. But it wouldn't help. It wouldn't help really much. So now I'm gonna get up a new series. This series name is Junie B. Jones. This is a book named Junie B. Jones. Just from a series, Junie B. Jones. And this book name is a graduation girl. Okay, so here are some characters. Room 9, kindergarten friends. Here are some of them. All of them. Mr. Joe, Junie B. Jones, Richie, Lucy, Zach, Grace, Minnie, Jim, Baby William, Crying Baby, Polly, Aileen, Puffer, Jane Hall, Ricky, Cardo, Roger, Charlotte, and Lenny. See all these characters? Now you all know it now. Let's go to Laugh Out Loud with Junie B. Jones. Laugh out loud? Why? I think it got 9 chapters. So let's start with chapter 1. Chapter 1, The Month of Junie. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for beet rice. Escape, I don't like beet rice. I just like beans, that's all. I was named after a month of Junie, 'cause Junie is the month I was born in, of course. We only got July and June. We doesn't got Junie. And wait till you hear this. Yesterday, I finally had my birthday, and now I'm 6 years old. That day was like magic, I tell you. 'Cause on Saturday night, when I went to bed, I was only 5 years old. And the next morning, boom, I was 6. My grandma Helen Miller had a happy birthday party for me. She invited my mother and daddy and my grandpa, Frank Miller. Also, she invited my baby brother named Ollie. He is 7 months old. He did not add that much. I love my party a very lot. First, I love my chocolatey cake with white icing. Ooh. Next, I love my strawberry ice cream. Yum, 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 yum. Yum. Plus also, I love my balloons. My funny birthday hats. And all my happy birthday cards. But mostly, I love my presents. Yeah, me too. I got 5 entire boxes to open. And good news, none of them was closed. As me, I do quite want clothes, but I only want jackets. Cool jackets for me. Or something cute would help. Mostly, I got toys and games. Also, I got a tool belt just my size. Plus, my grandpa Miller gave me my very own tumbling supplies to help fix the toilet. What? But that is not even the end of all my excitement. 'Cause that night when Mother tucked me into bed, she reminded me that I'm graduation from kindergarten on Friday. My stomach felt jumpy inside when she said that. A quick count of the fingers. But Fridays is only 5 more days, I said. I did a gulp. That event sneaked right up on us, didn't it? I said kind nervous. Mother hugged me. You're not worried, are you, Junie B? She asked. Graduation will be fun. I promise. And you're going to love first grade. But Polly Alien Puffer says that next year everything will be different, I said. He says that first grade won't have the same kid as room 9 does. And so all of our classmates will be weirdo strangers. Don't call your friends that. Mother did a frown. No, that's not true, she said. I'm sure you know a lot of children in your class next year, Junie B. Okay, I need a table. Better. Junie B. But even if your best friend aren't in your room, you're still able to play with them at recess, right? I nodded my head kind of slow. Yes, I guess so, I said. Plus, Polly Alien Puffer said that we will be the boss of all the kindergarten kids. So that will be fun, probably. And also, he said our brains and our feet will double in size. Why do that? Mother stared at me for a real long time. That Polly Alien Puffer is a fountain of knowledge, she said very quiet. After that, we talked some more about graduation and first grade. And guess what? The next day of school, my teacher talked about even more. Her name is Mr. She, and Misters. She had another name too, but I just like Misters, and that all. Misters clapped her hand real happy. Well, it is, boys and girls, she said. Graduation week is finally here. At 7 o'clock on Friday evening, Room 8 and Room 9 will have our graduation ceremony together. And of course, the children in morning kindergarten will be graduation too. So every single one of you will receive a diploma. Ooh, I love a diploma. I sprang out of my chair and really thrilled. A diploma! A diploma! I would love a diploma, I shouted. Just then, I did a teasy frown. And not close, correct? I asked. A meanie boy named Jim laughed real loud. Huh, you goony bird Jones. You don't even know what a diploma is, he said. You're mean, Jim. And you're stupid, Jim. I'm not gonna talk to you guys. It's the boy named Jim in this book. Not even when you're Jim. Ignore it. I talk to the Jim that is in this book, not in real life, okay? Oh, yes, I do too, Jim, I said. I know perfectly well what it is, but I'm not even the teacher here, so I will let her explain it to the class. I sat down and smoothed my skirt. Then I pointed to Misters. Okay, go, I said. Mistress winked her eyebrows at me as I was about to say, a diploma is a very special piece of paper. A diploma is a certificate that says you completed the part of your education. As you go through school, you will get several diplomas, she said, but this one will be your first. I sprang up again. And guess what else, misters? I'm not even afraid of first grade anymore, 'cause I'll be getting big feet and brains. Mr. said sit down to me when she told us more about graduation. She said that as a treat for our families, we're making them special graduation invitations so that we will be our activity for one day. Yippee! I said. I love making invitations, misters. On account of that does not even sound like learning. After that, I clapped and clapped, and all of room 9 clapped with me, 'cause graduation week was starting off like a charm. Chapter 2, Rhymes. I sat at my table very nice. Misters passed out colored paper for our invitations. Also, she passed out curly ribbon, and lace, and paste, and bottles of sparkly glitter. Just as a reminder, she said, we do not paste glitter in our eyebrows. What? And we do not put up lace on our noses. Do you look like we doesn't know anything to put up paste of glitter on our eyebrows and put laces on our nose? And we do not put, and above all, we do not glue curly ribbon to our heads and pretend that's long hair. What? She looked and looked at me. I squirmed on my seat a little bit, 'cause that woman was his memory like a hawk. Don't tell your teacher like that, Junie B. I tell you. Finally, Misters went to the board, and she picked up her chalk. On one inside of our cards, we're going to write a poem about graduations. Does anyone have any ideas for the first line? My friend named Grace waved her hand all around in the air. Roses are red! Roses are red! She called out. Yes, hollered room 9. Roses are red! Mr. smiled. She wrote it on the small board for us. Okay, now what about the second line? She asked. Room 9 hollered again. Violets are blue! Violets are blue! Violets are blue! I figured nothing about graduations. Misters wrote that line too. Very good, class, she said. Now who can think of a third line? Maybe we could try to mention something about graduation in this one. Does anyone have any ideas? A shy boy named William stood up next to his table. Graduation is here, he said, kind of nervous. Mr. grinned real big. Excellent job, William. Excellent. She printed on the board. All right, there's just one more line to go, she said. Let's try to make the last word rhyme with the word blue, okay? She read the first 3 lines out loud to us. Roses are red, violets are blue, graduation is here. Room 9 fought and fought, but all of a sudden rhymes started coming from over the place. My dress will be new, called Lucille. My dad's name is Lou, called Jamal Hall. We made it, woohoo, called Linny. I think Linny sentences is the best. We made it, woohoo. They're quite good. Just then, Polly Alien Puffer sprang out right out of a chair, and he started laughing his ear off. The zoo is P.U., he shouted his loudest. And then all of room 9 laughed our head off too, 'cause P.U. is the silliest rhyme we ever heard of. As for me, what does it mean? Mistress clapped her mad hands together. Boys and girls, that's enough, she growled. He hurried to Polly Alien Puffer's table and she put him back in his seat. I do not appreciate that kind of behavior, young man, she said. We're trying to write a nice class poem here, Polly Alien, and the rhyme was entirely inappropriate. After that, I tried to stop giggling, but that silly poem kept on staying inside my head. And then, pop of nowhere, another funny poem popped right into my brain, and I couldn't even hold it inside me. I quick jumped off my chair. Roses are red, violets are blue. Graduation is here, and your feet smell like stink, I shout. That is quite a bad sentence, but it's true. It's a fact. Every feet is a stink. After that, room 9 could not even control itself again, 'cause that poem was the funniest thing that ever been heard. My teacher's eyes got big and wide on me. Junie B. Jones, didn't you hear a word I just said? She said, very annoyed. Then Mistress hurried to my table, and she took me into the hall, and she pointed me straight to the office. Chapter 3, A Good Chuckle. The office is where Principal lives. I know my way where the heart. There is a typing lady here too. She looked over the counter at me. Well, would you look who it is, she said. I looked down at myself. Well, it looks like me, I said, kind of quiet. The typing lady pointed at the blue chair. The blue chair is where bad kids sit. I'm not even bad, but I still have to sit there sometimes. I put my feet on the edge of the chair, and I hid my face with my knees. If you don't hide your faces, people can recognize yourself. Finally, I peeked one night at Principal's door, and guess what? That guy was looking up right back at me. Is that Junie B. Jones I see out here? There, he asked. I didn't gasp, 'cause Principal even recognized me from one eyeball. Apparently, I went to his office and I sat in the big wood chair. Principal winked at me. I'm a little bit surprised to see you, Junie B., he said. You haven't been sent here for quite some time. I nodded. I know it, I said. Is that because my behavior was shown considerable improvement? I pronounced the words very perfect. My teacher printed those words on my report card, I said. And guess what else showed improvement? My speaking, that's what. 'Cause I don't say run anymore, and I don't say think, and I don't say fraud. Do you want to hear me say them, huh? Do you, Principal? I took a big breath. Ran. Fought. Through, I said. I smiled very proud. See, I told you. Mother says I'm getting a better vocabulary. Vocabulary? Where? Vocabulary, said Principal. Whatever, I said. Principal smiled. Yes, well, I'm delighted with your improvements, Junie B, he said. But if everything has gotten better, then why are you here? I wiggled in my chair very uncomfortable. Because it wasn't my fault, that's why, I said. Was it? What wasn't your fault? Said Principal. I wiggled some more. Then, finally, I told Principal about how my teacher made us write a graduation poem and how she said the last word had to rhyme with blue. And so Polly Aiden Puffer rhymed the word P-U, I said, but then Misters got very mad at him because she did not appreciate his behavior, young man. Only too bad for me, because my brain thought of even sillier poem, and my mouth couldn't hold it inside. Principal closed his eyes. He did some deep breath. All right, he said. Let's hear it. I got very worried. Then I made my voice real soft. Roses are red, violets are blue. Graduation is here, and your feet smell like stink, I said. After that, the principal kept his eyes closed for a real long time, and he did not say any words. Then, very slow, he put his head down on his desk, and he started to laugh. Even that is funny? I said that it's just an opinion, and for me, no funnies here. Can you please just be seriously? Please laugh. His laughing got louder and louder. And so guess what? I started laughing too. That poem was beautiful, right? Principal, we're having ourselves a good chuckle over this, aren't we? Principal stopped laughing very fast. He raised his head again. No, Junie B, no, we're not having a good chuckle, he said. I'm sorry, your poem got me completely by surprise, but I never should have laughed like that. He crossed his arm at me. You're right about one thing, though, he said. Your poem is definitely silly, but silly things are not always appropriate to say in the classroom, are they? The teacher made it clear that she didn't like that Polly Palin had said, Junie B, but you called out your poem anyway. He made squinty eyes. And please don't blame it on your mouth, okay? You know it, you can had held it inside. I shrugged my shoulders. Okay, I gonna check. Goody. I shrugged my shoulders. I don't know, I said kind of quiet. Maybe I could have. Principal tapped his fingers on his desk. It's a very serious matter to disobey a teacher, Junie B, he said. And I want to show you to sit here and think about just how serious it is. And you do that, please? Yes, I said. I can. After that, I squeezed my eyes real tight, and I thought and thought. Finally, I opened my eyes again. I said, good news, I said. I said my last stink. Principal nodded his head. Is that a good news? He said. When he stood up, then he held my hands, and he walked me into the hall. It's been an interesting year getting to know you, Junie B. Jones, he said. You're a fascinating little girl. Thank you, I said. You're fascinating too. After that, both of us waved goodbye and started skipping back to room 9. When all of a sudden, I stopped and I spun around. Yeah, only we're not saying goodbye forever, right, Principal? Right? 'cause next year I'll send down here too, or else maybe you and I will see each other on the playground, right? Principal did a chuckle. Right, he said. Hooray, I said. Hooray, hooray! When I turned back around and skipped to room 9 my fastest. Maybe if I hurried, I could still sprinkle glitter on something. Chapter 4. Caps and Gowns. I skipped in the door of room 9, then my whole face got happy. And guess who was talking to my teacher? It was Gus Volney, that's who. And Gus Volney was my favorite janitor. I zoomed right over to that guy. Gus Volney, it's a joy to see you, I said. And so what brings you here anyway? Gus Volney patted my head. I had an important delivery to make, sis, he said. Just then, my bestest friend, Lucille, came running up to me. She pointed to a big stack of boxes. It's cats and gowns, Junie B, she shouted. Gus Volney brought us cats and gowns. A cat and a gown? What? It only got some caps and gowns. It never got cats and gowns. She twirled me all around. I heard him talking to the teacher. The cats and gowns are right here in those boxes. If there's a cat in here, we must hear the meowing from these boxes. If not, it's only just cat and gowns, I say. Everyone is getting one for graduation, she said. I jumped up and down at that wonderful news. 'Cause who doesn't love cats? That's what I would like to know. Cats and gowns, I hollered. Cats and gowns, hollered room 9. Mister sat down in a chair real slow, but Gus Volney patted her shoulder, and he said the word, good luck. Mister said for room 9 to please stop shouting. I'm sorry, boys and girls, but Lucille did not hear me correctly. She said, no one in the room is getting a cat and gown for graduation. Room 9 did a loud groan. But what are we getting exactly? I asked. Caps and gowns, said Misters. You're all getting a cap and gown for graduation, not cat and gown. No, said Lucille. I heard you say cat, teacher. I know I did. Mister said for Lucille to hush when she passed out the boxes to all the children. I looked inside my box real curious, and I kept looking and looking, because something was not fine here. My cat got run over by a truck, I think. I said, in a big square Flatso. Mistress laughed. Then she came to my table, and she unfolded my cap, and she put it right on my head. Hey, what do you know? It fits. And here's this kind of cap. This one. It do look quite cool. After that, all of us putting up cats and gowns, and we'll skip all around the room. Only not Lucille, because she was still upset about the cat issue, of course. Pretty soon, the bell was going up to ring, and so Misters made us put our outfits back in our boxes. I'm going to let you take these home with you today, she said, but please do not play with them on the bus, and don't play with them at home either. These caps and gowns are white, okay? And white material gets soiled very easily. I know it, Misters, I said. I know why material gets solid easily. 'Cause one time my Grandpa Miller spilled beer on his new white tie, and you could still see beer spots on that thing. Mistress looked and looked at me. Then she sat back down on her desk very quiet, and she waited for bell to ring. So, to the chapter 5, we need to stop at here because I'm quite too tired. And don't worry, there was a chapter 2, I promised. Goodbye, guys. Oh, this is gonna be half an hour. I hope you still got this good. So good. Now got more half an hour. Now I hope you guys subscribe to my channel. And what is that yellowy thing? I don't know. But please do not forget a like and subscribe. Bye bye, guys. Goodbye.